Hey y'all, so I wanted to make a quick video because I feel this is very important, especially because Diddy and his legal team is desperate and trying to use anything they can to put him in a position where he could possibly win or get a mistrial. So I believe that this is important to bring up. It's being talked about on X. There are several people that's addressing it, so I want to talk about it as well. I put up this screenshot so that you guys can see from Inner City Press. He does an amazing job as well. But he posted this where the judge, after the trial yesterday, after the trial ended, the judge, as you can see, it say the judge say, so that is it. I'll have a word in the robing room with Miss Comey and Mr. Agnafilio. I don't need a court reporter. That is a huge problem and can become a problem and can be raised as a problem and also can cause a mistrial. And I looked up information that I'm going to share with you guys to explain what's going on for those of you who don't understand what that means. During a trial, a judge is not supposed to have private meetings with the prosecutors and the defense because it will raise concerns is if he is trying to put them under some type of pressure or what is being talked about. Everything that goes on in the trial and every conversation should be documented. So for him to not allow the court reporter in the room to witness or document what is being discussed between him and the prosecution and the defense can become a problem, okay? So a lot of people is talking about that. They are very concerned about that. People are saying that it could be a mistrial and things like that. And I'm sure the judge is aware that that is not good behavior and not a good practice. And so I'm going to read some stuff about this for you guys so that you can understand. It says when a judge asks both the prosecutor and defense attorney to step into a robing room, a private chamber, and excludes the court reporter, it raises serious concerns, especially in a high-profile federal case like the Diddy trial. Here's why this can be a problematic and could be problematic and could potentially lead to a mistrial. Lack of official record. Normally, everything said during a trial, especially discussions involving both sides and the judge, is recorded by a court reporter. This ensures transparency, accountability, a clear record for appeals or review. By excluding the court reporter, no official transcript exists of what was said in that room. That opens the door to speculation and accusations of backroom deals, bias, or unfair pressure from the judge. That alone, this is not good, y'all. In my opinion. Okay? Everything in this video is alleged. I always say that, but that's not good. And this judge, so far, it seemed like he been trying to be pretty fair and everything, but I just feel like this is a mistake. What is he doing? And there's so many people questioning this and his behavior right now doing that. Let me keep going. Potential violation of due process. Both parties, especially the defendant, have a constitutional right to a fair trial. If something important was discussed behind closed doors without being recorded, it could be seen as a due process violation, especially if it influenced how evidence or testimony was handled. It affected legal rulings or jury instructions. The defense wasn't able to document or challenge it later. If the defense believed the judge acted improperly or prejudiced in the case, they can file a motion for mistrial or raise the issue on appeal. In such a public, sensitive trial, optics matter. When a federal judge meets privately with both sides off the record, it can look shady, even if nothing improper happened. The risk is undermining public trust, fueling conspiracy theories, giving either side a reason to claim unfair treatment. That alone can be enough to request a mistrial, especially if the conversation turns out to have influenced key parts of the case. So why might a judge do it? There are valid reasons a judge might call for a private, off-the-record talk, like avoiding public embarrassment for one of the attorneys, discussing administrative or scheduling issues, or common tensions between sides, but the lack of transparency still make it controversial, especially in a case with national attention and potential criminal liability for a powerful figure like Diddy. Could it really cause a mistrial? It depends. A mistrial will only happen if the conversation influenced the fairness of the proceedings. The defense can prove it harmed their client's rights, but the defense could absolutely raise it as a red flag in post-trial motions or appeal if Diddy is convicted. What are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm sure the judge is 100% aware of this because, honey, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything like I know about the law, but, I'm not a professional. So, like, I'm just reading and learning as I go. And I just feel that this is wrong. Like, what's going on? And it's a lot of people addressing it. They noticed it immediately when it happened. Inner City Press, he did send a letter to the judge addressing this and other sealed documents and communication between the defense and the prosecution that's been going on. They've been communicating back and forth, but sealing the documents so that the public cannot see it. And what people is not understanding, according to our rights, we have the right to know publicly what is going on with this trial. So he addressed that. So hopefully they respond back to him soon. But he questioned that and asked what's going on. He also gave examples, as you guys can see. I can't open it up, but as you can see from this, the white part, that's the letter that he sent to the judge. He also addressed or gave examples of how other judges made documents public immediately when trial started. So these documents should be unsealed. What's going on? But I really don't care about that as much as I care about these private meetings. I think that that's important because Diddy and them, depending on what the outcome is of this case, and we all see where it's heading, they can be so desperate that they can bring that up. So why would the judge take this chance? They know that him and his team is desperate. They showed that before trial started with everything they was trying to, do. So I don't know, y'all. I wanted to tell y'all about what's going on. It's people all on X talking about it. And this does raise concerns because you don't know what they saying in the back or whatever, what he's saying to them. And they could easily say, well, hey, he wasn't given a fair trial because throughout the trial, the judge was calling us and having private meetings. And he was addressing things which influenced my way of questioning in the trial. Or I feel like it didn't give me the space or the opportunity to, ask questions that would have helped my client. Because they could easily lie and say, he told us not to talk about this or don't do this and don't do that in the courtroom. And that's not right. Everything should be documented. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I wanted to let you guys know what's going on. A lot of people is questioning this, and I don't understand why he would take that chance knowing that could be a problem. I don't know why he would do this. But we don't need any problems or this whole trial will be for nothing, especially if it's a mistrial. And then that means that they have to do it all over again. And I'm sure that judge knows this. And it raises concerns. And as desperate as Diddy is, they already said that he was the one who was doing all the questioning day before yesterday. He was passing up notes to the lawyer, telling her what to ask Cassie. Messing himself up, in my opinion. I don't know what he thought he was doing. Like, why are you paying them a few questions? But I'm just saying, that shows that he's desperate. They said he was angry and mad in the courtroom and was wanting her to ask Cassie all these questions. That's why the questions just didn't make sense. The questions actually seemed like they was hurting him more than they was helping him. Okay? But it just show how desperate he is. So we don't need any issues. Or, like I said, all of this is for nothing. I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention and let y'all know what's going on. I don't know if anybody else is has reported this on YouTube or is talking about it, but it's definitely something that needs to be addressed because it's very important. The judge should not be doing that. What are you talking about with them in the back where the court reporter couldn't get record of that? What's so important that you couldn't allow the court reporter to record, make record of it? Because then it do raise concern. What you got going on? And probably nothing. But it just leaves the door open for people to speculate. That's all. And if they become desperate enough, they could use that against this whole situation. They getting paid millions of dollars, his lawyers, so they're going to do whatever he want them to do. They're going to do whatever. Especially if that means a mistrial and they could get paid again for a whole nother trial. That's more money in their pocket. So I'm just saying. Anywho, that's all I got for you guys. I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on. Let me know what you think in the comments about this situation. I hope that this judge do not make any more mistakes or raise any more questions that can, look, we don't got time for that. Okay? But we're going to see what happened. All right, y'all. Bye.